Okay, so I think it's safe to say that in today's world, IT is it's the backbone of pretty much every business out there.
Right. Absolutely. It really is. And when it goes down, well, it feels like the whole world stops.
Totally. Like everything grinds to a halt. I mean, I know I've been there. So having a reliable system for IT support, it's not just a nice to have, it's mission critical.
Couldn't agree more. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. This whole landscape of IT support tools. It can feel like a jungle out there, right?
So our goal today is to take all of that and distill it down into something actually useful.
Exactly. We want to give you a clear understanding of what each type of tool does, how they differ, so you can figure out what might work best for you without getting lost in the weeds.
Totally. No one wants that. So to make things easier, break this down into some key categories. We're going to start with help desk and service desk tools. Then we'll move on to ticket management platforms, which are kind of their own beast. Then it's on to remote assistance tools, something that's become so essential these days. After that, we'll talk about communication platforms specifically for support. And we'll wrap things up by looking at knowledge management and self-service tools, which are all about empowering users to find solutions on their own.
Sounds like a plan. Good place to start would be to clarify the difference between help desk and service desk, because they often get used interchangeably, but there is a distinction.
Yeah, so help desk, traditionally, it's all about that immediate fix. Like something breaks, you need to get it back up and running ASAP. It's very reactive, very task-oriented. Get that user back to work, that's the goal. And it's interesting, they even trace it back to like the old mainframe days.
Ah, yes. When those massive machines went down, everything stopped. So the priority was fixing them right there and then for that individual user.
Exactly. Now, service desk, that's where it gets a bit broader. It's not just about fixing things when they break. It's about the entire support experience. It includes stuff like service requests, proactive problem solving, knowledge management, self-service options. It's really about making IT a service, which, by the way, aligns really well with that whole ITIL framework.
Right. It's not just reactive anymore. It's about looking at the whole process, making it smoother, trying to prevent problems before they even pop up.
Now, both of them rely on some core functionalities, right? You've got your ticket systems to keep track of everything, automation to handle those repetitive tasks, knowledge bases so users can potentially help themselves, and reporting features to track how everything's working. That automation piece, in particular, seems like a game changer.
Huge. It frees up your support staff to deal with the more complex issues,
Yeah.
the stuff that really needs a human touch.
Help desk, it's all about fixing problems. The approach is very much solve each problem as it comes. They deal mostly with those immediate issues, and it's very reactive. The goal, get users back to work. Service desk, on the other hand, that's about IT as a service. It's about constantly improving the entire support process. They handle immediate problems, sure, but also service requests, knowledge, the whole 9 yards. And they're not just reacting, they're trying to prevent things from going wrong in the first place. Their goal is broader too. It's not just getting users back to work, it's about user happiness, business success, the whole picture.
A very clear distinction. It really shows how Service Desk evolved from just fixing things to taking a more strategic, user-centric approach.
So let's get into some specific platforms. First, cab off the rank, Zendesk, as super popular and comprehensive, handling both help desk and service desk functions.
Yeah, it's kind of a big name in the game.
For sure. Big on ticket management, centralizing requests, automatic routing, has a knowledge base, good automation capabilities. It supports email, phone, chat, even social media. And the reporting's really thorough. Seems to work for everyone too, from small businesses to huge enterprises, different subscription plans, so there's something for everyone, and integrates well with other apps through platforms like Zapier.
Zapier is great for connecting all sorts of different software, making them talk to each other.
Yeah. Now, users generally seem to love the interface, say it's really intuitive. The automation, they say, is a lifesaver, especially when you can customize it. And they rave about the detailed reports. Some downsides mentioned were occasional slowness, which can be frustrating, and that their customer support could be better, which is kind of ironic.
A bit, yeah. But overall, it's known for being quite user-friendly and scalable.
Next up, Freshdesk. This one is all about being intuitive. They're really strong on automation and omni-channel support.
Omni-channel just means you can handle requests from any channel, right? Email, chat, phone, all that.
Exactly. It all comes together seamlessly. So again, works for any size business. They do centralized ticket management, that omni-channel support, self-service options with knowledge bases and customer portals. And they even have this AI-powered chatbot, Freddie, that helps speed things up.
Chatbots can be really helpful for handling those initial questions, freeing up human agents for the tougher stuff.
Totally. And Freshdesk, they also have tiered pricing, including a free option, which is always nice. Integrates with tons of apps via Zapier, just like Zendesk. Users say it's super easy to use, and the features make their lives so much easier. They see a real impact on customer satisfaction too, which is huge, especially that Freddie bot. Apparently it's a real workhorse. Now, the downside is that customizing it can be a bit tricky if you're not super tech savvy.
Yeah, that's often the trade-off with tools that are really user-friendly out of the box. Sometimes digging deeper requires a bit more technical know-how.
Now, we step it up a notch with ServiceNow. This is the big leagues. Advanced ITSM platform. It's for the big players, the enterprises with really complex IT infrastructures.
If you've got a huge, sprawling IT landscape, ServiceNow can handle it.
It goes way beyond just help desk. We're talking incident management, problem management, getting to the root cause of issues, change management, knowledge management, asset management, you name it. You can customize workflows too, and they even have AI-powered insights, which is pretty cool. Now, pricing, it's complex, and it can be expensive. It all depends on how many users you have, what features you need.
It's definitely an investment.
But you get what you pay for, right? It's super powerful, the automation is top-notch, and it's built for those complex IT environments. The custom workflows and AI insights are a big plus, and it integrates with pretty much everything. Users say it's a lifesaver for managing complex IT, but it's not for the faint of heart. It's tough to set up, you need some serious technical skills, and that cost can be a real barrier for smaller teams.
Right, it's not something you just jump into. But for large enterprises that need that level of control and sophistication, it's a major player.
Okay, so we've covered those broader help desk and service desk solutions. Now let's get a bit more specific and talk about dedicated ticket management tools.
These are for when you really need to get granular with managing support requests.
Exactly. It's all about organization, prioritization, and making sure nothing falls through the cracks. You want to track every issue from the moment it pops up until it's resolved. No loose ends.
And while those bigger platforms we discussed often include ticket management, these dedicated tools give you even more control and features specifically for ticketing.
So let's look at some examples. First, we have Spiceworks. Now, what's cool about Spiceworks is that it's completely free. And it's not just a help desk. You also get IT inventory management and network monitoring tools.
All in one package.
It lets you create, assign, and track tickets. There's a user portal so people can help themselves, and you get email updates. It's perfect for small to medium businesses with, basic needs.
Yeah, for smaller teams that don't need all the bells and whistles, it's a great option.
Especially since it's free, completely free. It is ad-supported, but you get unlimited users, unlimited tickets, unlimited devices. Can't beat that. Users say it's super easy to set up and use, which is great for smaller businesses or startups just getting started. It's a great way to dip your toes into the whole automated help desk world. The downside, well, it doesn't have all the fancy features of the paid options. The reporting is a bit basic, not a ton of customization options, and of course, you have those ads.
Makes sense. You get what you pay for, right? But for a lot of small businesses, it's more than enough to get them going.
All right, next up in the ticketing world, OS Ticket. This one is free too, but it's also open source.
Meaning you can download it and use it for free, and you can even tinker with the code if you're so inclined.
Exactly. It's all about customization. You can tweak the fields, filter tickets, manage SLAs to make sure you're meeting those response times. You get a customer portal, and you can even turn emails into tickets.
Really flexible.
Super flexible. Perfect for organizations that want that control, especially if they have some technical folks who can handle the setup.
Because being open source, you're responsible for hosting and managing it yourself.
Yep. But hey, it's free. Strengths, definitely the price and the flexibility that open source offers. But users say, yeah, it's free and super customizable, but setting it up and keeping it running can be a bit techy. The default interface isn't exactly winning any design awards, and the reporting could be better.
So it's powerful, but maybe not the most user-friendly out of the box.
Last but not least, in ticketing, we have ManageEngine ServiceDesk Plus. This one's a bit more comprehensive. It's got all the ticketing stuff, but it also brings in features for incident management, service request management, problem management, change management, even project management. You can really tailor it to your workflow.
So it's more of a full-fledged IT management tool.
Exactly. And it's highly customizable. Good for those small to medium businesses that have outgrown the basic stuff and want a more integrated approach. Pricing. It's based on different plan levels: standard, professional, enterprise, usually per technician.
So the more technicians you have, the more it costs.
Makes sense. The strengths are definitely that wide range of features, the customization options, and the fact that it integrates well with other ManageEngine products and even other business apps.
That integration piece is crucial. You don't want your tools operating in silos.
Totally. Users generally like the features and flexibility, but they do say the interface feels a bit old school, and it can take a while to learn everything. It's a powerful tool, but it might take some time to master it.
Right. There's a bit of a learning curve there.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about remote assistance tools. These have become absolutely essential, especially with so many people working remotely now.
Oh, absolutely. Being able to support people no matter where they are is so important.
For sure. It's all about remote troubleshooting, screen sharing, remote control, file transfer, chat, all those things that let you basically be right there on their computer without actually being there.
Yeah. Saves so much time and hassle compared to trying to walk someone through something over the phone.
Totally. So first up, TeamViewer. This one is probably the most well-known. Super powerful, designed for remote control and fixing problems.
It's been around for a while, and it has a solid reputation.
It has. The remote control is really good, works across different platforms, secure file transfer, even session recording.
That recording feature is great for training or documentation.
Absolutely. Works for individuals, small businesses, big companies. They've got a plan for everyone.
And the price varies depending on the plan you need.
Of course. Users say it's easy to use, the connections are reliable, and it just works. The downside is that it can get a bit pricey, especially if you're a business.
That's the trade-off with a lot of these more established, feature-rich tools.
Next, we've got AnyDesk. This one is known for being super fast and lightweight. Even if the internet connection isn't great, it tends to work well.
So for those with less than ideal internet, this is a good option.
It is. It's got fast remote access and control, efficient file transfer, unattended access, which is great if you need to manage a machine when no one's around. It even works on mobile devices. Users consistently praise its speed and reliability, even on bad internet. It's easy to use and doesn't hog resources, which is always a plus. The downside, similar to TeamViewer, the cost can be an issue for smaller teams or individuals.
It's a premium tool, so you often pay a premium price.
Last but not least, in remote assistance, we have Chrome Remote Desktop. This is Google's offering, and it's completely free.
Can't beat free.
Nope. It's pretty simple, but it does the job. You can access computers from other computers or mobile devices. You can grant temporary access to someone who needs to help you. It's built on Google's infrastructure, so security is good. And it works across different platforms because it mainly uses the Chrome browser.
So if you're already deep in the Google ecosystem, this makes a lot of sense.
Totally. Users like that. It's free, easy to set up, and easy to use. The downside is that compared to the paid tools, the features are a bit basic, and the performance can vary depending on your internet connection.
Right. You get what you pay for. But for basic needs, it's a solid option.
Okay, let's move on to communication tools, specifically for IT support.
Because when you're trying to solve a problem, real-time communication is key.
Absolutely. It's all about quick responses, efficient collaboration. Things like instant messaging, voice calls, video calls, screen sharing, file sharing, all within the platform.
Gets everyone on the same page quickly.
Exactly. So first, we've got Microsoft Teams. This is deeply integrated with Microsoft 365. You can create channels for different teams or topics. There's direct messaging. It works seamlessly with other Microsoft tools like Planner and OneNote. You can have meetings, do voice and video calls, share your screen, share files. It's the whole package.
So if your organization is all in on Microsoft, this is a no-brainer.
It is. They do have a free version, but for the really good stuff, you'll need one of the business plans that come with Microsoft 365, or you can go for their Teams Essentials plan.
Gives you more options depending on your needs and budget.
Users say it's fantastic for internal communication and teamwork, especially if you're already using other Microsoft products. It's all connected, which is great. The main complaint is sometimes with the message delivery or notifications. They can be a bit glitchy sometimes.
Yeah, this can be frustrating.
Next, there's Slack. Super popular, known for being fast, easy to use, and integrating with everything.
If you like connecting your tools and automating workflows, Slack's your friend.
Totally. You've got channels, direct messages, great search functionality to find old conversations, and they integrate with tons of apps. Help desk software, developer tools, project management platforms, you name it. They've got a free plan, which is good for smaller teams, but it does have limitations. Then they have paid plans. Pro, Business Plus Good, enterprise grid, something for everyone.
And the cost goes up as you move up the tiers?
As always, users love how easy it is to use. The interface is clean, it's great for team collaboration, and the integrations are a major plus. The downside, it can get pricey for larger teams, and that free plan is pretty limited.
Right, they gotta make money somehow.
Last up in communication, we have Discord. Now this one might surprise some people. It started as a platform for gamers, but it's actually great for real-time technical help too.
Makes sense. Gamers are pretty tech-savvy.
Totally. It's all about servers and channels, voice and video calls, screen sharing. It's perfect for smaller teams, startups, anyone in the tech or gaming world. It's mostly free. They do have a paid subscription called Nitro, but that's mostly for extra features and perks. Users love how fast and reliable it is. It's easy to use, the voice and video quality is great, and the price is right. The concerns, well, some people worry about data protection. It's not as business-focused as something like Slack, and the integrations are a bit more limited.
So it might not be the best fit for every organization, but for those that it works for, it works really well.
Okay, our final category, knowledge management and self-service platforms.
This is all about empowering users to solve problems on their own, which can be a huge win for everyone.
Absolutely. Less strain on the support team, happier users who can get back to work faster, becoming increasingly important for effective IT support.
And I think we're going to see this trend continue. Self-service is only going to become more important.
Totally. So first up, we have Confluence. It's part of the Atlassian family, and it's great for teamwork, record keeping, and especially knowledge management. Even better if you're already using Jira for project management.
Those two work really well together.
They do. So with Confluence, you've got a central place to store all your knowledge. You can collaborate on content easily, edit in real time, add comments, all that. The search is really good, and it integrates seamlessly with other Atlassian products and a bunch of other apps. It's perfect for teams that need that strong collaboration and knowledge sharing, especially if it's tied to their project management. They have a free plan for small teams, then it goes up to standard, premium, enterprise.
They offer a lot of flexibility there.
Users love the collaboration features, the way you can document everything so clearly, and how it all comes together in one central hub. Especially that Jira integration. The downside, the interface can be a bit much for newbies, and if you want to do some serious customization outside of the Atlassian world, it can get tricky.
It's definitely a powerful tool, but it might take some getting used to.
Next, we have Notion. This one is all about flexibility and ease of use. It's not just for knowledge management either. You can use it for all sorts of team collaboration stuff.
Yeah, Notion is super versatile. People use it for everything.
It's pretty amazing. You can create wikis, docs, you have these team spaces for collaboration. There's even AI writing assistants now, and it connects with tons of other tools. It's great for anyone who wants a central, customizable workspace to organize everything and work together. They have a free plan for personal use, then it goes up to Plus, Business, Enterprise.
Something for everyone.
For sure. Users rave about how flexible it is and how easy it is to adapt to different use cases. They love the clean, modern look too. The downside, there's so many customization options that it can feel overwhelming for new users, and if you have a ton of data, the apps can get a bit slow.
It's a powerful tool, but it can be a bit of a double-edged sword with all those options.
Finally, we have MediaWiki. This is the engine behind Wikipedia. It's free, it's open source, and it's perfect for those really detailed, massive knowledge bases.
If you've got a ton of information to manage, MediaWiki can handle it.
It can. Great search functionality, good access control to manage who can see and edit what, and it's incredibly customizable, especially if you're comfortable with extensions and plugins.
You can really make it your own.
You can. It's perfect for organizations that have the technical chops to manage an open source platform and need something free that can scale.
Because it's free. You host it yourself.
Free is always good. Strengths. Definitely the fact that it can handle so much information, the price, the history tracking, and the customization options. The downsides, well, the interface is a bit clunky compared to some of the newer platforms, and you need some serious technical skills to set it up and customize it.
Yes, it's powerful, but not necessarily plug and play.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground here, comparing some of the key players we've discussed. Zendesk, ManageEngine ServiceDesk Plus, TeamViewer, Slack, Notion, break down the main features, the target audience, the cost, the key strengths. It's a really useful snapshot to compare them side by side.
A very handy cheat sheet. Makes it much easier to see the differences and figure out what might be the best fit.
So, based on all of this, give some really solid advice on how to choose the right platform. And it comes down to a few key things.
So let's break it down.
Okay, first up, size of your business. For small businesses, those with tighter budgets and simpler needs, recommend starting with free options. Spiceworks, OS Ticket, maybe even the free tiers of some of the bigger platforms.
Makes sense. Start small, see what works.
Exactly. Now, for medium-sized businesses, you're probably going to need more features and scalability. You can get paid options from companies like Freshdesk, ManageEngine, TeamViewer, AnyDesk, Slack, Teams, Confluence, Notion.
A good mix of options there.
And then for those big enterprises, the ones with complex IT and serious demands, you're probably looking at the enterprise-grade stuff. ServiceNow, the enterprise tiers of Zendesk and Freshdesk, TeamViewer Tensor, Enterprise Grid for Slack, Microsoft 365 with all the bells and whistles, the enterprise plans of Confluence and Notion. You get the idea.
Big guns.
Big guns. Now, beyond size, you also need to think about your specific needs. If you just need a basic ticketing system, Spiceworks, OS Ticket, ManageEngine, ServiceDesk Plus are all good choices. If you need more than just ticketing, if you need full-blown ITSM, ServiceNow, and ManageEngine ServiceDesk Plus come up again.
Those are the more robust options.
They are strong remote assistance, TeamViewer, and AnyDesk. Already using a lot of Microsoft stuff? Teams is the obvious choice.
Keeps everything connected.
Love integrations. Slack is your best friend. Free and open source. OS Ticket and MediaWiki are your go-tos. Want a great knowledge base? Notion and Confluence are the stars of the show.
Lots of options depending on what you're after.
Budget is a big one. How much are you paying per agent, per user? Are there extra fees for features or support? What's it going to cost you in the long run?
You don't want to get hit with any surprise costs down the line.
Nope. So as we wrap up this deep dive, the key takeaway is that there are tons of tools out there. The trick is finding the right one for you. And that means really understanding your needs, your IT setup, your budget, and how well the tool plays with your other systems.
It's about finding the right fit.
It is. And as IT support continues to change, with all the advancements in AI and self-service, making the right choice now can set you up for success in the future.
Choosing the right tools today can pay off big time down the road.
So here's a final thought. What's the biggest pain point in your IT support right now? Is it too many tickets? Slow response times? Users struggling to find answers on their own? Think about the categories we discussed and consider if one of those types of tools could help. Maybe it's time to do a little more digging into the platforms that really caught your eye. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
And be sure to check out the show notes for links to all the resources we mentioned. There's a ton of great information there to help you on your journey.
Absolutely. Until next time.
See ya then.